I turn off the lights in our bedroom and crawl into bed next to my wife. Our 3 children are asleep in the other room. Hey. My wife turns to me and whispers, "There's someone in the house." I can feel it. I laugh at her, and she hits me. "I'm serious," she says. "I don't know what it is, but there's something or someone here that doesn't want us to sleep." I reach over and stroke her hair. "You're just being silly," I say. "Go to sleep." But my wife just continues to stare at the keyhole of the door, and it's then I hear it. Soft scratching sound from behind the wall. I think nothing of it and go to sleep. In the morning, I wake up before my wife. I get out of bed and walk to the window. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining in. The birds are tweeting. I go back to the bedroom and I notice my wife isn't in bed. I call out to her, but I don't hear a reply. So I walk out into the hallway and look into our bedroom. The door is wide open and the bed is empty. I walk over to the door and look through the keyhole, but all I see is darkness. I try the handle to make sure the door is unlocked, and when it turns easily, I open it and step inside. But my wife is nowhere to be seen. On the bedside table is my wife's phone. I pick it up and see that she has been receiving strange text messages. One of them reads, "You can't hide forever." Another one says, "He's coming for you." And another one says, "The walls have ears." I throw the phone back down on the table. How did she get these messages? Who is sending them? Is my wife having an affair, or is she in danger? I need to find her. I rush downstairs and see that our front door is wide open. I step outside and call out for my wife, but no one replies. I go back inside and grab my keys and my jacket. I'm going to find my wife. As I'm about to leave the house, I remember our security cameras. Maybe they've captured something useful. I go to the control panel and swipe through the footage, but the cameras only show the front of the house. They haven't caught anything suspicious. I get into my car and start driving around the neighborhood, but I can't find my wife anywhere. Call her cell phone, but it goes straight to voicemail. What do I do? Should I report my wife missing? I don't even know if she's actually missing. Maybe she's just with a friend or at her mother's house. But why would she leave without telling me? I pull back into our driveway and park the car. There's still no sign of my wife. And then I notice something strange. Our garage door is slightly ajar. I walk toward it and slowly push it open. I hadn't noticed it before, but there's a small hole in the middle of the garage door. Someone has punched clean through it. But how could this have happened? Our garage door is made of metal. I look through the hole and notice a faint light coming from behind the garage door. I walk closer and shine my flashlight through the hole. It's a small space, and I can't see much, but I do notice some writing on the wall. I put my face right up against the hole and see that it says, "She watches you." My heart starts racing. Who wrote this? Was my wife followed home by someone she met at work? I should have known not to trust those people. But who is this person watching us? Are they still out there somewhere? I step back from the hole in the garage door and think about what to do. I really should call the police. My wife must be in real danger. I take out my phone and dial 911. But before I can tell the operator where I am and what has happened, I hear a knock on the garage door. I freeze. Is someone out there? I listen closely, but I don't hear anything else. I tell myself it probably just a branch or something, but then I hear the knocking again. This time it's louder. I drop my phone to the floor and try to calm myself down. I try the door to see if it's locked, and it is. So whoever's out there isn't able to get in. It's a relief. But now I'm scared to do anything. What if the person on the other side of the door is waiting for me to leave so they can break in? I know I shouldn't be a coward, but I'm too afraid to move. I stand there frozen in fear for what feels like hours. Then I hear a voice on the other side of the door. "Hello, is anyone there?" I don't reply, too scared to say anything. "My name is John," the voice continues. "And I'm your new neighbor. I just moved in next door. My wife and I couldn't help but notice your garage door was ajar. We thought we should let you know." I listen, but he doesn't say anything else. I take a deep breath and try to steady my voice. Thanks, I say. I didn't realize the door wasn't closed properly. Appreciate you letting me know." "No problem," John replies. "We'll see you later." And then I hear footsteps walking away. Once I hear the garage door close, I fall to the floor in relief. It was just the new neighbors. But why was that man spying on me? Why was someone watching us? Why were those text messages sent to my wife? I think about calling the cops, but then I decide against it. I just look like some paranoid fool. A few days later, my wife still hasn't come home. I call her mother to see if she knows where my wife is, but her mom says she hasn't seen her either. I tell my wife's mother about the text messages and the hole in the garage door. But she just tells me to stop being silly and says my wife will be home soon. At least I hope so. I spend the night alone in the house, keep hearing strange noises and feel like I'm being watched. Every time I hear a noise, I check the security cameras, but they don't pick up anything. The next morning, I wake up early and go to the kitchen. I pour myself a cup of coffee and try to calm my nerves, but that's when I hear it. A loud scratching sound from inside the wall. I run my hand through my hair. What's happening? I walk into the living room and press my ear against the wall. The scratching sound is definitely coming from inside. I put my eye up to the wall and look through the corner of it. It's dark, but I can make out a small figure moving around on the other side. A small, thin figure, like a child. But our kids are at school, and I hear the scratching sound again. This time it's coming from behind the bookcase. I walk over to it and rest my hand on top of it. And that's when I hear my daughter's voice. "Dad, is that you?" I jump back in surprise. "What are you doing here, honey?" "Mommy isn't here, so I thought I'd come and find you." "But why aren't you at school?" "They had an early finish today. You weren't answering your phone, so I thought I'd come and see what's going on." "Everything's fine," I say, trying to hide my fear. "Why don't you go out and play until dinner?" "Okay," she replies, and I hear her footsteps going away. I lean back against the bookcase and slide down to the floor. It's only a matter of time before the scratching starts again. And then I hear my son's voice. "Why are you crying, Dad?" I look up and see both my kids staring down at me. I was just stretching. I lie. "Come on, you big dummy," my daughter says. "Let's go find Mom." And together, we walk out into the hallway and down the stairs. I have no idea where my wife is, but at least I know our children are safe. That is, of course, until we hear the scratching sound once again. This time it's coming from behind the bathroom mirror.